Okay, so now after we have our grid in the back, we put a clean piece of paper and we draw this wall. We draw this corner right here, dark, so I know where they are. And we draw this other corner. And we have this. But in the sheet, we can see that we have this little protuberance on the wall, so it comes back to me. If I'm standing here, I see this wall much closer, but yet this wall in the back, this plane in the back continues to be my reference for measuring heights. Always, never measure heights depending on this wall, always on this plane, on this true height wall, okay? The one that I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 to the back, okay? So 1, 2, forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this corner is going to be my new corner of the wall. I take it back to my vanishing point. I draw it here. Because my grid is perfect underneath, I should trust it that my line goes here and my other line of my wall goes here with the grid, okay?
Yeah, I should pick a darker pencil.
Yes, you can do that. Then, everything that happens on the floor, because this is a box, we just happen to live down here, but everything spatially has to be taken care of. So here, I also have a corner, and here I have a corner that needs to be solved with my vanishing point. When this line and this line meet, I need to see until where is my wall. And I just figure it out, okay? So when two lines meet in perspective, that means that we're changing a plane. We're crossing somewhere. We're 90-degree angles, because generally we work in 90-degree angles in architecture, design. Okay, so now we're gonna go up here and we have this wall. Sorry, I'm just going to... Notice how this point and this point are in the same place. If we were having a little bit of mistakes, like I was in my house because I didn't have my parallel, or if we're not using our tools correctly, it's going to be different. But now, gladly, we have it right. Maybe we can paste this here. Okay, so now we're going to do the window.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, yes. What is a window? A window is a hole in the wall, okay? So this window right here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 30 inches from the floor, and it's 54 high, okay? So we need to open a hole in the wall, okay? And that it's going to have a thickness because the wall is usually very thick. I'm going to do it 10. I'm going to do it 10 inches, the wall, the exterior wall. Because I think one foot is too big. So the exterior wall is going to be 10, unless something else in the exam tells you that it's 12 or 8 or whatever. So I will continue with this corner because, as I was explaining before, this is a plane. This continues outside, continues everywhere, as long as it's in the same line that my true height wall. That is my base, that is my box where I'm constructing my reality, right? So I'm going to measure, like I measured here, to determine 1 by 1, I'm going to measure my wall. My wall, it's going to be 8 or 10, sorry, 10. 10 is right here, so I'm going to mark it here on my floor. And as I did with this one, I'm going to bring it forward, as I did with all these lines. It has nowhere to go but the same place that the other lines went. So just trust yourself, trust your instinct. So if you think about it, this is the thickness of the wall that is smaller here and it comes bigger and bigger, like this. Where is my window? My window is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here starts. So I'm gonna take it up with some lines. reference lines. And I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I don't know yet how tall here, but I throw my reference lines. I always throw lines and then I fix them, okay? So in order to measure how big, how tall these lines are, I go back to my true height wall, to my true height plane that is in the back, okay? What do? I erect a line to measure on this point. I cannot measure in another plane. Remember the plane, because you can see, but the wall is over. The wall is over, but the plane is not, okay? So here, I'm going to measure, like I measure here, like I measure with furniture. Heights always go back to the wall, up the line. It's not that you can measure heights everywhere, because the more we move, the more it gets deformed in different ways, depending on where your vanishing point is. So I take my line and I'm going to measure the heights here on this line, okay? So it's from the floor is 30. Oh my God, we're gonna have this conversation again.
2 feet
So,
and a half.
2.5, half, 1 and 2. This is 30. And then we're going to do 54, which is 4.5. So half, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 54. I'm just writing it so we don't get confused. And what do I do next? After I measure in my wall for everything, for furniture, for a lamp that is hanging, for whatever I want to do, because these are just points, right, that I connect.
Yeah.
So what is a plane? A plane is simply 4 points that are connected by lines. So we have line, point, and plane. These are the three components of a figure, okay? So what do I have to do after I have measured here? I have to always bring it back to my point here on the space. Anything that is far from my true height wall, I need to reposition, re-measure in space, in height, in depth, where is it, okay? But because it gets deformed, bigger, bigger, and bigger when it comes to me, and smaller when it goes back, I always have to measure it here and bring it back with the same, back and forth, back and forth. We only have horizontals, we have parallels, and we have this vanishing point, okay? So how do I bring it to my wall? I have my 30 here. Bye. I have my 54 here, okay? And because the line that I took back, that I'm measuring, is the one in the back, I need to bring these elements to that line. Okay, so here I have the projection of my window on the floor, and I can go up. So I go up like this. I take this point. I cannot actually see it, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna do it transparent. Okay, here they meet. Okay. And here they meet and I can actually see it. So this is the part of my window that I can see, okay? This and this. Let's take it to our vanishing point. I'm sorry, let's take it to our horizontal line to see, can I see? Yes, I can see this here. It's the little part of the upper part of the window that I see. I didn't know, but when I bring my horizontal, okay, yes, I can see a little bit. What about here? Yes, I bring my horizontal, and it's telling me your wall ends, your plane ends here. Now start the other plane. It ends here because this is the opening of my wall. And ends here because this is here where my wall is. Okay, so after I erase, whenever I find an eraser, this doesn't have an, it doesn't matter. Whenever that pink one has an eraser, the pink one, yeah, thank you. So whenever I erase these lines that are not meant to be here, I will have my window. What is my window? My window is the depth and also this. I always encourage students to, whenever you have something that you feel it's going to stay, just draw it. So you can start visualizing. This is the hole in my window, but it's the principle for everything else. And later we're going to work on the furniture. You can stop it.